I'm Jesse Ashlock. I'm the U.S. editor of Condé Nast Traveler, and this is the latest edition of Traveler to Traveler, a series about the future of travel. I'm joined today by two prominent Singaporeans to talk about their city's exemplary response to the pandemic that we've all been living through these past few months. Keith Tan is the CEO of the Singapore Tourism Board and has been instrumental in coordinating the city's responsiveness measures, including their SG Clean mark, which has been a model of excellence that other destinations have sought to emulate. Keith and I are also joined by Janice Wong, who has applied the lessons that she learned working in kitchens of such progressive restaurants as Alinea and Per Se to the art of dessert with her 2 a.m. dessert bars and other restaurants and a whole bunch of other ways of spreading the gospel of confection as art, including art installations, TV appearances, speaking engagements, and more. Let me start out just by asking a question to both of you about the kind of like moment of truth when it dawned on you that the novel coronavirus was a really, really big deal. It was going to change your lives in Singapore and beyond, and what you did next.
We realized that this was not just something confined to one city in China, but it was beyond that one city, Wuhan, and it was spreading to other parts. And so as a result, we jumped into action. I activated our crisis management team. We set up a tourism recovery action task force that pulled together people from the private and the public sector. We dusted off all our old plans and lessons learned from SARS, and then we started coordinating amongst ourselves and with the other relevant agencies in the public service.
Yeah, I think for us, it's the moment of truth really came when the lockdowns happened, and one after another, it just kept happening to different cities. I knew, for sure, the export markets will be affected. We have operations now, and especially in Tokyo and also in Korea. We also have we also supply to London and Harrods. We quickly pivoted to bring all the experiences in every country to the people in the households. We very quickly did that in March and April.
Keith, you mentioned SARS. I was going to ask you about that. I wonder if you could be a little bit more concrete about your learnings from SARS and also other things that Singapore was already doing that gave the city an advantage over other destinations in how it responded.
Three things. Number one was the importance of developing quick, effective contact tracing mechanisms. Number two then is quick surveillance and testing capabilities. Thirdly, the need to put in place and build up isolation and quarantine facilities. Important learning points from SARS that we brought into the COVID pandemic.
Janice, as I mentioned at the top, there's this new thing in Singapore called SG Clean that Keith has a lot to do with, and you mentioned that 2 a.m. dessert bar is open again in Singapore. What did you have to do to get it certified under SG Clean?
The first thing we did was to ensure all measures in place. We've got the quick scan, we've also got the temperature checks, we've got our cleaning schedules, all our staff wear masks, and so I think the main thing about SG Clean is to give confidence to the public that we're all caring about the hygiene and we're caring about the situation, and we just want to get better.
Keith, can you tell us how many participants around Singapore are SG Clean certified?
As of right now, we have about 16,000 establishments all over Singapore that have been certified SG Clean. We knew that before we could even begin any sort of recovery efforts, we would need to first build confidence and provide assurance, which is what Janice has alluded to. A permanent leveling up of our standards, our mindsets, so that people come to expect higher standards of hygiene. It becomes embedded into the culture and the practices of the establishments that are certified SG Clean. So it's a permanent change.
Do you think, Janice, that the restaurant model is changed forever, that people will have a different orientation to the way that they patronize restaurants? And if so, what's going to be different when we're actually through this?
Definitely, restaurant scene is changing a lot. So yes, cashless is one, and also the way we design our menus. it's incredible that I don't have to print menus anymore. Bring experiences to people now that people can't travel, especially now in Japan. That we're thinking, okay, best for brands to be brought, overseas brands, foreign brands to be brought to the Japanese community because they can't travel out of Japan to enjoy these sweets and also other types of confectionaries.
Would you say that a silver lining of this for Singapore and perhaps other places has been that it's accelerated a future that was coming already and it's just kind of forced us to jump into it?
Being able to do things in a cashless way, being able to use the internet to look at portals and experience a destination or a location first, I think is great. And so we wanted to do a lot more of this before COVID, and COVID has now given us a big push to do a lot more.
What's the long-term impact of the financial hit that you're taking during this time?
For me, the long-term goal would be to really focus on continuing bringing the experiences of bake at home to people in their homes beyond just Singapore. Design solutions for hotels and all that in the pastry realm of things, with the diversification of things that will help us to really recover faster, and especially with the digital phase as well.
Naturally, the loss of international tourism this year has had a big financial impact. I rather think in terms of the longer term. The Singapore government remains committed to our long-term investments in tourism. For example, developing a new tourism precinct in some of the less touristed parts of Singapore.
Let me ask you both, what would you say the mood is throughout the country? Are Singaporeans optimistic about the future and about their country?
I believe Singaporeans are generally an optimistic bunch. We've seen through SARS, we've seen through the global financial crisis, the Asian financial crisis, right? And I believe Singaporeans know that we have the wherewithal to get through this crisis as well.
It's just been really positive. People are eager to dine out. Also, we've started so many different collaborations from so many different disciplines. And so that has really made Singapore very united together. And of course, we have the hashtag SG United, which is great, you know.
Janice, I just wondered if you could tell the audience a little bit about the artwork behind you and why you created it.
I painted that in March when I really felt a little bit trapped. And so this one, we actually raised about $10,000 for the food bank in Singapore. And I wrote down there, "Stay strong," and that message is going to be printed on t-shirts, and that would be again funds that are raised by Singapore's Ministry of Manpower to the Migrant Workers Fund.
Terrific. Okay, now on to the lightning round. For both of you, when you are packing checked luggage, do you go hard case or soft-sided?
Hard case.
Hard case.
Okay, I presume that I know the answer for both of you to this next question, but I'll ask it anyway. Favorite airport?
Changi Airport, of course.
Yeah, Changi Airport.
What about your in-flight entertainment preferences? Any go-tos?
I love watching zombie movies on planes. If I need to stay awake on the plane, to get over the jet lag, so I like watching horror or zombie movies.
For me, it's blockbusters all the way.
I'm gonna make this other than Singapore. What's the one place that you would want to travel to if you only had one place to travel to?
Kyoto.
Oh, yes, Japan as well for me, definitely.
Thank you both so much for that excellent chat. It was really fun talking to you both.
Thank you,
Thank
Jesse.
you.
Thank you.